Today we're doing a new kind of video for my channel, but this is a topic I'm really excited about. We're going to be talking about my dumb phone and why I made the switch to a dumb phone from an iPhone in 2021. And it's actually been, as of the day I'm recording this, 1 month using my Nokia as my phone. So previous to this, I was using an iPhone 8. So there are a couple of big reasons why I decided to switch to a dumb phone. The number one reason is that I am 29 years old, and for all of my adult life, I've had a smartphone. And I don't really know what it's like to not have a smartphone. And when I think back to like my parents or my grandparents, when they were my age, they did not have a smartphone. I really don't know what life is like to not have one. And there's just a lot of curiosity around that for me. So the other reason that I switched is a little more depressing, but it is something that's been kind of brewing on my mind ever since I watched The Social Network. It's a documentary on Netflix. And after that, I was slowly deleting apps off of my iPhone because it just kind of creeped me out how much carrying around my iPhone means that I'm constantly being advertised to and my data is being collected and I'm being tracked. Something that keeps coming up that I think is just like a huge lesson of 2021. And if there's one thing you take away from this video, this would be it. It's the idea that if you didn't buy the product, you are the product. I think it's definitely the case when you download a free app or, you know, really get anything for free. You have to kind of question who's profiting off of this. And in the case of social media apps, my iPhone, I really felt like I wasn't paying to use social media and different things. So I am the product that's being sold to advertisers. There's also just like the general concept of surveillance capitalism, and whether or not I personally like it, it's just the society that I live in. I know there's no way that I can really get away from that, whether I have an iPhone or not, because I have a credit card, I have a vehicle, I go out in public, you know, so there's no way to like completely get away from surveillance capitalism, but I can choose not to have it in my pocket anymore. So let's talk about my new phone. So I went with the Nokia 225 4G. It is just a very basic phone. If you remember the old Nokias that you could like play Snake on, this phone is pretty similar. So it does have like a super basic camera. The quality is pretty much awful. And there's no like memory space on this phone because I don't have like, I guess you can put a mini SD card in here, but I haven't done that. So like I don't even have storage space if someone texts me a photo. Basically all this is good for is just texting and calling. Trying to do anything else on it is really frustrating, and so it's like, why even bother? I will say the call quality is really, really good. It's actually a lot better than the audio quality was with my iPhone, and that was kind of surprising, but it works great. The texting, it is super frustrating, like old school texting, but you definitely do get used to it, and it, you know, you have to be a little more intentional about what you're writing because it is a little harder to do it. And also I will warn you that if you get this phone, the texts sometimes come in like the wrong order. It's not always chronological, and it can be a little frustrating and difficult to get used to, but it's fine. I've like figured it out or gotten used to it, so it's fine. So let's talk about switching from an iPhone to a dumb phone, if that's something you want to do. Like I said, this is something I've been thinking about for a long time, and it took me a lot to make the switch because I was trying to figure out how I could do different things without my iPhone that I still need to do. So for example, maps. So obviously I don't have, you know, GPS on my phone, and so what I'm learning to do is to look up directions before I leave the house and write them down in a notebook. So that's a tip. A notebook is super key if you don't have an iPhone, because like there's no notes app. I can't store information that I need. I can't quickly pull up information on the internet. So anything that you're gonna need out and about, you've got to have a notebook and have it written down. So two things I was like worried about prior to switching was FaceTime, because I do like to FaceTime, and sharing photos with people, because I also like to do that. And both of those things are really hard if you don't have a smartphone. Lucky for me, I do have a laptop, and so I can just FaceTime on my laptop. And also I purchased a camera earlier this year, and so I'm just learning to bring my camera with me alongside my phone if I want to get pictures or videos, and then I just, you know, email them or share them using my laptop. So it's not a huge deal, but it's just something that is like a little less convenient. You can't just snap a photo and then text it to someone. I've actually tried to text people pictures from this phone and they don't go through, or it's very inconsistent. So it's not easy to just be like, you know, if you're out, take a photo and quickly share it. But other than that, I've just figured out how to do everything on my laptop instead of on my phone. Definitely when I travel, I'm going to need to bring my laptop now, but honestly, I brought my laptop with me a lot before, just because it's easier to do things on a laptop. So those are some of the like difficulties or things that I kind of had to figure out before switching to a dumb phone. But I also want to talk about the positives, and this is something that since I've been living with this phone for 30 days, I can talk about things that I've already noticed right away after switching over to my dumb phone. Like, there was an immediate sense of relief, and I was not expecting that, but when I turned my iPhone off, I put it into a box in my office. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. But I put my iPhone away, and immediately I felt a sense of relief, and I really wasn't expecting that at all. It's so cool to have my Nokia with me and know that I have the security of having a phone, but there's no attachment there. Like, there's no apps calling for my attention, and there's nothing like pulling me away from the present moment. And so I can have my phone in my pocket, but I'm still completely present in whatever I'm doing. And that feels amazing. I feel so calm and I feel so present in my surroundings. And the weird thing is how much I notice that other people are not present in their surroundings and they're more concerned with what's on their phone. It can be a little bit annoying, just like realizing that other people are like sucked into this void of their phone all the time. And now that I'm not, I realize like how bad it really is. You know, it's been 30 days. I told myself that I was going to commit to sticking with this phone for 30 days, and I've done that. And it just does not even feel like it's been 30 days. I feel at this point I have absolutely no desire to turn on my iPhone and use it. It honestly feels stressful to think about doing that. You know, I still feel super connected to the world through my computer, and you know, I can still access everything that I need to, but the difference is when I'm done, I can put my computer away and get out of my office and not be connected to things anymore and just be a person in the world. So I fully recognize that it's easy for me to make this switch because I'm self-employed, I work from home, and you know, I live in a city where I know my way around, and I'm not relying on, you know, my iPhone as much for directions and things. Like, I have a certain lifestyle that allows for this, and I know that not everybody does. All right, my dog was making noise and then I had to switch my camera battery, but we are back. So just to kind of end the video, I know that this might not be possible for everybody, but I just wanted to like share my experience. Hopefully it will be encouraging to anyone who is wanting to make the switch or try out a dumb phone. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and questions in the comments below, and I'd love to talk about this. This is just a topic I really enjoy talking about, and when I was looking for videos on YouTube about this, I didn't see too many. So let's have a conversation about it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again soon in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!